Food sufficiency, experts examine prospects of modernized agriculture as farmers advocate renewal of national rice and wheat policy. France to invest €1 billion in Nigeria's oil and gas industry as Enugu state government keys into the federal government's housing policy. Messages of goodwill and peaceful coexistence as Muslim faithful round off Eid al-Fitr holiday. Good evening, a warm welcome to NTA Network News tonight. I am Sheung Onlagunju here in our Abuja studios, and in Lagos is Jennifer Igwe.
Good evening and welcome to the news.
And in our Kaduna studio is Abdullahi Mohammed.
The news at the moment.
Records of the Federal Ministry of Agriculture show that Nigeria produced over 17 million tons of rice in 2016 in 18 states of the Federation. The records also show significant increase in wheat production initiative. This is coming as rice and wheat farmers advocate a review of the national rice and wheat policy for the sustainability of the success recorded in the production of the commodities. Musa Babaliu has the details.
The federal government is executing the wheat and rice production initiative in collaboration with state governments. The idea is for Nigeria to be self-sufficient in the two major crops the government spends billions of dollars to import annually. Kano and Jigawa are among the states participating in the project, and records have shown that farmers in the two states produced over 6 million tons of rice during the 2016-2017 wet and dry season farming activities.
In 2016, we have 70% increase in production of wheat. We have 105% increase in production of rice.
So the first time that we did this ANCO program with the government coming as an ANCO was during the 2016 rain-fed season, where over 360 million naira was actually invested in supporting the farmers with all the required inputs and some equipment as well.
In spite of this, however, the wheat and rice farmers have raised concerns over the prices of the commodity in the markets, saying that this is not encouraging. The agreement signed between the wheat farmers and off-takers was 140,000 naira per ton in 2016.
On the production side, if you sell at that price, believe me sincerely, it's a crying price.
Meanwhile, the World Bank is supporting farmers in Kano State with standard rice processing machines to further boost milled rice production in the state. This is coming at a time the federal government is set to distribute over 200 small and medium-scale rice milling machines to farmers. Musa Baba Aliyu, NTA News.
In driving the diversification policy of government, experts are advocating a deliberate effort to build the capacity of subsistence farmers in the country by empowering them to own modern farming equipment and to have access to low interest rates on loans. This, they say, is a catalyst for modernized agricultural practice and a bold step towards ensuring food sufficiency. Joy Uzo monitored the submissions on NTA's Good Morning Nigeria, which focused on the man with the hoe and food security in Nigeria, and now reports.
A large number of Nigerian farmers still operate at subsistence level using the primitive method. This development, experts say, does not meet modern-day agricultural practice, thus jeopardizing the nation's self-sufficiency drive of ensuring food security. To scale up agriculture across the country, federal government has imported mechanized farming tools for farmers to hire and increase their production.
So what we did, you understand, is to set up hiring equipments nationwide. Federal government have about 115 of it now, comprising of almost 800 units of tractors, spread all over the nation. Don't forget that Nigeria's population is about 200 million, and 70 and 80% also are farmers. So 1,000 units of tractor is nothing.
Hiring, however, is not the best way to go for Professor of Agriculture Abdullahi L. Okene. He cites availability of tools as and when needed as a challenge to hiring. He, however, suggests government subsidy on the farm tools to aid timely production. Apart from the fact that the tools are capital intensive, other guests who commend the initiative expressed fears also that many farmers are not skilled to operate the machines.
Let the attention be more on getting equipment, technology that farmers can own themselves, either through loan or through long-term repayment schedule. But when it comes to hiring, you need to be very efficient in hiring. And you know Nigerian system efficiency is very low.
For us to get it right, we must do mechanization in the context of the Nigerian environment, which is very key.
Government investment in agriculture is abysmal. Government itself cannot do these things. But people should have the enabling environment to be able to do it. People should invest. Look, like people invest in prospecting for oil. We should be able to invest in agriculture. The people should be able to buy so many equipment for processing. You buy equipment to process chicken, process maize, process anything.
If Nigeria is to get it right and ensure sufficiency both for local consumption and export, the guests say the goal to modernize Nigeria's agriculture must be given utmost priority. They note that it will attract more youths into the sector and give life to the diversification drive of the federal government. In Abuja, Joy Uzo, NTA News.
Still on agriculture, have you ever savored a soup spiced with locust beans? Some call it iru and others dawa dawa. Whatever the name by which you know it, what forms the strength of this Nigerian spice is in the taste, which is also the reason others avoid it. Elizabeth Yila Lamido went to a market in Jogana village in Kano State where the only spice sold is locust beans.
Have you eaten soup spiced with locust bean cake before? If your answer is no, then you're denying yourself a whole lot. The locust bean cake is one spice that had for centuries made women to be top of the art of cooking. The advent of modern cooking spices have, however, relegated locust bean cake, or the dawa as it's commonly called in the north, to the background. But this community in Jogana have continued to not only produce and use the dawa, but also sell to interested people from across the state and beyond. Baba Salamatu is a 62-year-old trader that has been in the business of selling locust bean cake for more than 20 years. I eat and drink from it and provide for my family and even relatives. This market, which holds daily, has Wednesdays and Saturdays as special days that attract customers from far and near. Jogana market leader Abdullah Hibayeru says for more than 20 years, the market has attracted people from Guru, Gashua in Yobe, Babura in Jigawa, and as far as Niger Republic. The star product, he disclosed, is the locust bean cake.
This market came into existence because of locust bean cake sellers. People come to buy in large quantities.
This does not come to many as a surprise because locust bean cake, which is known as iru in Yoruba or Girobe in Igbo, is one spice that had and still remains popular in all rural communities across Nigeria. As the name implies, the dawa is made from locust bean. It passes through several processes before finally being ready for use. The products now on display are made from either a mixture of soya beans and locust beans or from locust beans only, which is more expensive.
I prefer the one that is not mixed. It is better.
The one made out of locust beans cake is sweeter in soup.
Part of the locust beans is sweeter because it's not mixed.
As for Baba Salamatu, whose source of livelihood has been on locust bean cake, whichever the people want will be available as she and the other women at this market gear up to continue to hold on to the past for the future to be better. In Kano, Elizabeth Ilalamido, NTA News.
Away from agriculture and its products now, the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, says it is collaborating with the Nigerian Ajib Oil Company for the development and construction of modular refineries in the Niger Delta. The managing director of the NDDC, Nsima Ekere, stated this after a visit by the managing director of Ajib to the Commission's headquarters in Port Harcourt. Emmanuel Lene reports.
Mr. Nsima Ekere commended the Nigerian Ajib Oil Company for its commitment to the growth and welfare of its host communities in the Niger Delta and for sustaining its constitutionally required contribution to the Commission, while restating the commitments of the new board and management to doing things differently. He described the visit as a show of new spirit and commitment to the growth of the Niger Delta region.
But we believe that we can collaborate with you so that whatever you do under your CSR, NDDC can further help and do more things so that the host communities will be peaceful. And if the host communities are peaceful, you have a conducive environment to work, your output will be better, and your returns at the end of the day for your shareholders will be better.
Mr. Ekere promised to work out structures with other stakeholders for the quick completion of the Abuja-Nembe Brass Road in Bayelsa State. Managing Director of the Nigerian Ajib Oil Company, Mr. Massimo Isula, expressed the commitment of the company to partner the NDDC in the development of the Niger Delta region, noting that consultations have been on with relevant ministries and states in the region for areas of collaboration. In Port Harcourt, Emmanuel Lene, NTA News.
The French government has set aside about €1 billion to be invested in the Nigerian oil and gas industry. French ambassador to Nigeria, Denis Gaver, made this known when he received officials of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, in Abuja. The French ambassador commended the federal government for stemming the Niger Delta insecurity situation. The Group General Manager, Group Public Affairs Division of the NNPC, Ndu Okamadu, disclosed that through the significant scale down in pipeline vandalism and insecurity, oil production has received a boost. The Minister of Science and Technology, Dr. Ogbonnaya Onu, has charged the pencil production team of the Project Development Institute, PRODA, to look inwards and source raw materials locally in order to embark on massive production of pencils. The minister gave the charge when he visited the institute to assess the level of work at the pencil house. Ngozi Silva, Technico, reports.
The Minister for Science and Technology, Dr. Ogbonnaya Onu, said it is the determination of the federal government to bring PRODA back to its pride of place by making it one of the first-class institutes in the area of research and innovation.
I choose pencil because of its simplicity and also its usefulness. To employment for our young people.
The Deputy Director, Engineering, Research and Development, Godfrey Ihezie, as well as the Director General, Charles Agulana, conducted him round the pencil house, where various modern equipments were already installed. They, however, explained that lack of training and fund has been a major setback to the optimal function of the machines.
If we had funds, we would have been to install some machines that are still in their packages that are supposed to be in this beneficiating hall.
Also during the inspection, the minister was shown the first pencil produced in Nigeria by the institute in 2008, which the engineer said it was made with 100% local content.
The visit of the Minister for Science and Technology, Dr. Ogbonnaya Onu, to Project Development Institute here in Enugu is another milestone towards stimulating technological research development, thus creating job opportunities through pencil production. From Enugu, Ngozi Silva, Technico, NTA News.
Just to let you know, if you didn't, that you can watch this news live online via the NTA mobile app, which you can download on your Android device at the Google Play Store or at the Apple Store if you use devices with iOS. Time to take our first break. Acting President assures Nigerians that federal government will address grievances in parts of the country. Details when we return.
Change does not just happen. You and I and all of us must appreciate that we all have our part to play if we want to bring change about. We must change our lawless habits, our attitude to public office, and public trust. We must change our unruly behavior in schools, hospitals, marketplaces, motor parks, on the roads, in homes and offices. To bring about change, we must change ourselves by being law-abiding citizens.
You want to know the coolest place in town? It's right here on your phone.
Welcome to the Glow Cafe. Come on in. It's buzzing in the Zanga. In here, anything is possible. Check out the menu, and here are some of the hot items. Over here, you can buy credit, buy data, share data, borrow voice and data, give data. Give it to him now, be kind. Then there is Glow Music Cafe. More than 2 million Nigerian and Africa Lamba. Glow has teamed up with the world's largest gaming catalog to bring you the Glow Game Cafe. And that's just a start. Check out the Glow Video Cafe. Countless clips, comedy and sports, direct to your device. And when you thought things couldn't get easier, there's personal account management and Glow customer care right at your fingertips.
You can get everything at Glow.
Simply text BUZZ to 105 to download the Glow Cafe app or go to your app store and search for Glow Cafe, the largest data network. Glow, grandmasters of data.
I can't believe she just rejected me and my camera.
She rejected my lights. How can she not want makeup?
Maybe when the battery dies, she'll come back to us.
Nah, not with a 4,000 milliampere battery.
Experience the best selfies of your life. Gioni A1 Super Selfie Super Battery.
Great leaders come in the same mold. Determined, focused, and with a clear vision. For them, making life better for the people is a task that must be accomplished. In most cases, that means building from the scratch. They construct, empower, and secure, working on every sector. Precisely what Ibrahim Gaydam is doing in Yobe State. His strategy? Prudence. A commitment to make the biggest impact using lean resources. A firm resolve to develop Yobe no matter the challenges. Ibrahim Gaydam, governance redefined. Yobe, the pride of the Sahel.
Hey, now who they here? My name now Mr. Shortcut. I didn't mind my money. Now cheap one, I dey buy. Standard, we sign. Now to buy cheap one. Hey, now one kind cable for my yard and cheap building material where we take build my office. I think say I dey save money. Office building collapse and fire burn my house.
You don't see what happened to Mr. Shortcut? Well, Standards Organization of Nigeria, SON, don't ready for action and say enough of pain, loss and wastage. And if you see product where no dey correct, call the SON office way near you or SON help desk. Standards Organization of Nigeria, improving life through standards.
The Future Assured project of the wife of the president, Aisha Muhammad Buhari, is carrying out free medical screening and distribution of food items at various IDP camps while ensuring the economic empowerment of women through training and skill acquisition. In recognition of her efforts, wives of governors have lent their voices and support.
In Kogi State, we feel the impact of Future Assured, especially in women and children.
The Future Assured program of Mrs. Aisha Muhammad Buhari, the wife of the president, has been very assuring and still reassuring in Sokoto State. It has impacted positively in the areas of humanity, especially women and children.
Supports the Future Assured initiative. Email programs@futureassured.org.ng. Future Assured, promoting and protecting the lives of Nigerian women and children.
The Nigerian police now operates in the best international practices of policing? Do you know that the Nigerian police has been restructured to be more accountable and responsive to all your security challenges? Now, What the police demand from you is your trust, your collaborative efforts by providing necessary information about criminals and their activities in your neighborhood. Be vigilant. To achieve our creed as we promise, we shall police the country based on international core values of policing with integrity. We shall ensure that rule of law prevails in our actions and activities. We shall respect diversity, display courage, show compassion, and demonstrate professionalism. We shall operate within the principle of democratic policing. We shall shun corruption, and we shall make Nigeria safer and secured under the leadership of IGP Ibrahim Otum Idris.
Let the wind of change blowing across the country chase away crime for the benefit of our society. Yes, the Nigerian police says this change must come with peace and tranquility.
This message was brought to you by the Public Relations Department of the Nigerian Police Force.
Thank you for staying with us. You're watching NTA Network News. Acting President Professor Yemi Osinbajo has again assured Nigerians that the Buhari administration is not deaf to grievances in parts of the country, saying that the government will address them, while urging that such grievances be expressed with grace. In response to the recent spate of agitations pitting some groups in the north against others in the southeast, the acting president had a series of engagements and consultations with political, religious, traditional and media leaders from across the country. A statement by the senior special assistant to the acting president, Laolu Akonde, says the meetings were convened to provide a platform for frank and open discussions between the concerned stakeholders on issues relating to the unity, peace and security of the country. The meetings condemned all the hateful and divisive rhetorics and affirmed the supremacy of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, which guarantees freedom of residence and of movement for all Nigerians anywhere in the country without fear of discrimination or prejudice. The National Orientation Agency, NOA, has implored Nigerians to imbibe the culture of peaceful coexistence among all Nigerians despite religious, political or ethnic divides. The Director General of the agency, Garba Abari, made the call in an Eid al-Fitr message to the Muslim faithful. He stressed the need for tolerance and love among Nigerians for the country to achieve meaningful development. The NOA bus also appealed to all Nigerians to pray for the leadership of the country at all levels, especially for President Muhammadu Buhari. Now, the need to pay more attention to education at all levels of government has been re-emphasized. Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Mohammed Musa Bello, gave the advice while playing host to chiefs and elders of the territory during the traditional Salah homage. Mitaire Ikwen reports.
The Salah celebration at the FCT minister's residence was attended by lawmakers, traditional rulers, as well as religious leaders. The minister thanked residents of the territory for promoting peaceful coexistence and urged FCT Area Council chairmen in particular to invest in education in order to guarantee a bright future for children in the territory.
To make sure that at the primary level we educate our people. And when I say our people, to be frank, in the FCT now, our people is all the tribes of Nigeria.
Special prayers were offered for the speedy recovery of President Muhammadu Buhari, as well as for peace and progress in the territory. In Abuja, Mitaire Ikwen, NTA News.
As Muslims in Nigeria take advantage of the two-day public holiday to reflect on the sustenance of the Eid lessons and spend time with their loved ones, the Millennium Park in Abuja was a beehive of activities. Lydia Sampson was there earlier and now reports.
You know, holidays are celebrated for a variety of reasons. Most importantly, holidays afford people the opportunity to unwind and relax in the midst of busy and crazy life schedules. It is also a wonderful opportunity for a time out with family and friends. But let's hear from the people.
I take opportunity of every holiday to enjoy myself and unwind. Like as you see, these are my sisters. I don't see them every time because of the work schedule. But this is a very great opportunity for me to unwind with them.
This Salah period is teaching peace, unity and love among us. So I hope that everybody will take it like that, and let's unite as a country, Nigeria. We don't have, you are from the east, you are from the north, we are all Nigerians. If you go outside the country, you not say, I'm from north or I'm from south, or you say, they ask you, where are you from? You say, I'm a Nigerian.
Having them is just the Lord's doing, it's better imagined than described.
My name is Mahmoud. I like playing with my sisters and I go to school.
We are in Nigeria for 1 year.
You know, this is the Ramazan holiday, and it's a great atmosphere here. We are very happy to be here. This is a very beautiful place in Nigeria, in Abuja.
We thank God for today. Alhamdulillah, we celebrate Salah.
It is not just all about savoring the moment and having fun. For some people, like David Jesse here, it is about making bricks business.
Business is good. I've been here since yesterday, and today business is doing well.
With more people trooping in, I think it is just right to remind us that whatever has a beginning must have an end, and the holiday will soon be over and work resumes tomorrow.
Yes, Lydia, work resumes tomorrow. And still on the celebration, security agencies in Bayelsa State say they are committed to ensuring the maintenance of peace among religious and cultural groups in the state. The Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps and the Nigeria Police visited various places where Muslims celebrated the end of the Ramadan fast in Bayelsa State. Vera John reports.
Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Commandant, Mr. Desmond Agu, and the State Commissioner of Police, Mr. Asukwa Amba, went around different prayer grounds where the Muslims celebrated the end of their Ramadan fast.
We are here to ensure that everything works out very, very well.
And I believe, as we are the holidays, people should move without any fear.
Some of the Muslims said they were overwhelmed by the visits of the security chiefs.
We also thank Allah for health. We also thank Him for life. Because without God Almighty, we wouldn't have made it.
And also to extend the attitude to our hosts, our neighbors.
Government in power, may Almighty Allah, with His infinite mercy, grant them peace.
In Yenegoa, Beira John, NTA News.
Lagos State Government restates commitment to Nigeria's unity. Jennifer now brings us details from our Lagos studios. Hello, Jennifer. It's now over to you.
Good evening and a warm welcome to Lagos. Now, the unity and continued existence of Nigeria as a sovereign state cannot be compromised even in the face of increasing agitations from some parts of the country for a divided nation. This declaration was made by elder statesmen and professionals at a press conference in Lagos. Amechi Pius has details.
For quite some time now, Nigerians have had to contend with hate speeches, quick notices, and calls for secession from the different sections of the country. This has no doubt continued to generate reactions from government, some civil society groups, and religious bodies. These elders under the platform known as Yegba is the latest voice insisting on one Nigeria built on the principles of fairness, equity, and justice.
Before this thing gets out of control, we should come together once again and identify why we are together. We're together because we know that this is what God created, this is where we ought to be.
And anyone beginning to suggest that we should go back to 1966 must be totally out of their minds.
The objective of the Yegba platform, its founders say, is to create a foundation that provides everyone the opportunity to contribute to building a better and safer Nigeria for all.
In the process of bringing this country together, it's a long process. Many will understand, many will misunderstand. It's our duty to continue to educate those who don't understand it, to understand that we are one.
We're exploring ways of finding the new foundation for a new Nigeria, which the young people can be proud of.
Now we are here to stabilize Nigeria and achieve God's intention for this country.
Its approach to resolving issues, they added, is devoid of violence and under negative tendencies capable of destroying the unity and peace of the nation. In Lagos, Amechi Pius, NTA News.
The Lagos State Governor, Akinwumi Ambode, has assured residents of the state that his administration will work with the acting president to ensure the unity of the country. The governor gave the assurance when he received members of the Lagos State Council of Obas and Chiefs. Nosa Usula reports.
Governor Ambode commended the measures taken so far by the acting president and by extension the federal government to quell tensions generated by agitation from some ethnic nationalities seeking to break away from Nigeria, saying that the unity of the country should be of paramount importance to all.
To also reiterate our support for the federal government to keep the unity of Nigeria and also uphold the tenets of the Constitution. We are very happy here that all our traditional rulers believe in the oneness of Nigeria. We are happy also that we are very accommodating. We are also happy that we allow people from other tribes to live with us and we live in harmony. And we are ready to do everything to support the acting president and the federal government in general, that every effort that they make will ensure that Lagos remains peaceful and then Nigeria remains a stable nation.
Earlier, Obariwon Akiolu commended Governor Ambode for his efforts in transforming the state from a mega to smart city and prayed for him to have a successful tenure, saying that the giant strides of the present government were appreciated.
The rate at which you handle the security situation in these states needs the support of everybody. For the past 3 weeks, you've seen what the police have been able to do.
The traditional ruler revealed that monarchs in the state were very much in support of the peaceful coexistence of the country, adding that every tribe is welcome in Lagos. Nosa Usula, NTA News.
New champions have emerged in the Nestle Milo Basketball National Championship Grand Finale for secondary schools. Emil Dori, who compiled this report, says it was all thrills and excitement at the 19th edition, which crowned St. Jude's Girls Secondary School Bayelsa and Government Secondary School Mina as 2017 winners.
After about 2 months of keen competition among secondary schools across the Federation, 12 schools made it to the national finals, which held at the National Stadium, Lagos. The Nestle Milo Basketball Championship has over the years discovered young talents with outstanding basketball skills. This achievement, the organizers of the competition say, is an indication that the standard of the game has improved in the last 19 years.
We believe at Nestle that nutrition and sports together are key for the development of the future generation. So what a better place than a championship such as this one, where you're able to really show values of leadership, of teamwork.
The Milo Basketball Championship enables us to engage youth in a very positive way, where they can develop and become something important in life, either in the game of basketball or in their personal life.
In the female category, St. Jude Girls Secondary School Bayelsa defeated Yejide Girls Grammar School Ibadan by 41 to 14 points. The male finals was a tough encounter as Government Secondary School Mina battled their counterpart from Government Secondary School Karo, Abuja, for the championship position. At the end of the fourth quarter, Government Secondary School Mina took the day with 65 to 60 points.
Milo have really done a great job for us, giving us the opportunity, the platform to coach these children.
If you take away Milo right now in Nigeria, you've killed basketball, because most of the players you see play league. Most of them have played Milo.
The latest champions were presented with 150,000 naira cash prizes, trophies, gold medals, certificates, and Milo products. Other participating schools also went home with prizes.
You're still on to NTA Network News. We have more reports ahead after this timeout, and Shehu will be taking over from Abuja. Stay tuned.
The federal government of Nigeria, through the Debt Management Office, is offering the general public a special FGN instrument which does not bear interest. Rather, it pays rental income. The FGN Sukuk is a special instrument that will be dedicated to the funding of infrastructure and will offer ethical investors the opportunity to earn rental income from the use of the projects funded. Returns will be paid to investors every 6 months directly to their bank account. The sovereign Sukuk is risk-free because it is backed by the full faith and credit of the federal government of Nigeria. The Sukuk will be listed and traded on the Nigeria Stock Exchange and FMDQ Securities Exchange. With as little as 10,000 naira, you can invest in Sukuk and be part of the development of the nation's infrastructure. Investors may contact any branch of First Bank of Nigeria Limited and Lotus Capital Financial Services nationwide or visit www.dmo.gov.ng. The Sukuk. Offer dates to be announced soon. DMO, designing bonds to suit all Nigerians.
Where is the pulp? The pulp. Where is the pulp? Where is the pulp?
Taste the goodness of real orange pulp in every gulp.
Where is the pulp?
5 Alive Pulpy Orange, now in your neighborhood.
We want to buy Indomie noodles. So fast, please.
Yo.
This is not my Indomie. Please, sir, if it's not Indomie, don't call it Indomie.
Sir, the taste is the difference. The difference is in the taste. That's why my brothers, my mommy, my daddy, and I all enjoy Admission's so very delicious Indomie noodles. The difference is the taste.
I can't believe she just rejected me and my camera.
She rejected my lights. How can she not want makeup?
Maybe when the battery dies, she'll come back to us.
Nah, not with a 4,000 milliampere battery.
Experience the best selfies of your life. Gioni A1 Super Selfie Super Battery.
Cadbury Bournvita now comes in an attractive new 500-gram refill pack. Simply open and reseal after use to retain the chocolatey and creamy taste. Cadbury Bournvita. Prepare to win.
Whenever pain occurs, you want quick relief. Try new Nurofen Express. It goes to the source of pain and gets to work in under 15 minutes. That's why Nurofen Express delivers fast and effective relief. New Nurofen Express works at the source of pain, fast.
Being a mom is great, but when your child has a fever, you don't know what to do. I trust Nurofen for Children to take care of my child's pain and fever.
Effective relief you can trust.
You're welcome back. You're still watching NTA Network News. And in our business package tonight, the Nigeria Customs Service exceeds target for first quarter of 2017, plus International Monetary Fund downgrades forecast for U.S. economy. Details of these with Vivian Idepefo on Business News.
Eid Mubarak and welcome to the Business News. Data from the Federal Ministry of Finance says the Nigerian Customs Service generated 239.4 billion naira in the first quarter of 2017. This exceeds its target of 193.2 billion naira for the period under review. It attributes its success to the restructuring of the agency, reorientation of its officers, and adoption of simplified procedures in its activities. And from around the globe, the International Monetary Fund has reviewed downward its growth forecast for the U.S. economy to 2.1% for 2017 and 2018. The IMF in a review Tuesday said the Trump administration was unlikely to achieve its goal of annual GDP growth of 3% over a sustained period. The fund suggests a tax policy that would improve the federal revenue to GDP ratio, more balanced cuts that will strengthen the social safety net's efficiency, and efforts to contain healthcare cost inflation. IMF had earlier forecast a 2.3% growth in 2017 and 2.5% growth in 2018 for the United States of America. And back home to the capital market, where market capitalization on the Nigerian Stock Exchange bowed to profit-taking. losing 583 billion naira for the week 23rd June. Market capitalization, which opened the week at 11.691 trillion naira, shared 4.99% to close at 11.108 trillion naira. 23 equities appreciated in price during the week under review, while 52 others depreciated in price. 2.31 billion shares worth 24 billion naira were exchanged by investors in 27,836 deals last week. The financial services industry led the activity chart with 1.78 billion shares worth 15 billion naira traded in 15,948 deals. And that wraps up our package on business news. The bulletin continues shortly.
Thanks, Vivian. Now, the Enugu state government has keyed into the housing policy of the Buhari administration to provide affordable and decent housing. The state government has embarked on the construction of over 700 housing units through a private partnership agreement. Nkiru Anyefiana completes the story.
President Muhammadu Buhari, on inception of his administration, had promised to tackle the challenge of housing deficit in Nigeria, estimated at 16 to 17 million units. With an annual population growth rate of 3.5%, Nigeria needs an additional 1 million housing annually to reduce the deficit. With this in mind, Enugu state government embarked on several housing projects in the state. Governor Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi, who inspected ongoing construction work in one of such estates being executed through private partnership agreement, describes it as part of the state government's efforts to provide affordable housing to the people. The Hillieu Housing Estate project, which is for mixed classes of people in the state, comprise 500 three-bedroom bungalows and 490 four-bedroom duplexes. The core principles of the housing project are affordability, creativity, and elegance. The first phase of the project is expected to be completed before the middle of next year. In Enugu, Nkiru Anyefiana, NTA News.
The Federal Capital Territory Administration in the last 2 years has processed and given out 1,000 certificates of occupancy to landowners having sanitized the land administration procedure in the nation's capital. Director, Abuja Geographic Information System, AGIS, Issa Jallo, while briefing the media in Abuja as part of FCT activities commemorating 2 years of the Buhari administration, said the FCT administration now generates an average of 50 million naira daily from land administration alone. Mitaire Ikwen reports.
The director of AGIS, Issa Jallo, and his counterpart in land administration, Adamu Jibril, noted that the problems of land racketeering and double or multiple land allocation have drastically reduced in Abuja following the constitution of the Land Use Allocation Committee by the FCT minister, which has resolved over 500 cases of land disputes. During the period under review, 24 staff of AGIS who were allegedly involved in sharp practices were sanctioned by the FCT administration.
This has been done to ensure that we have very reliable and transparent staff that are ready to drive the change agenda.
Meanwhile, land allocation has been put on hold until new districts are developed, as the FCT administration says it can only allocate land in areas where basic infrastructure are on ground.
Not where services are not provided, you'll be allocated land for 10, 20 years, you cannot access the land, you cannot go and develop. So what the minister is saying is there must be an engineering design for a district before allocations are made, so that you can access your land and develop.
The FCT administration says it can also only convert customary land titles to statutory ones if such landed properties are located in approved districts, while persons whose landed properties are currently being occupied by FCT original inhabitants will have to be patient until pending issues of resettlement and compensation are sorted out. In Abuja, Mitaire Ikwen, NTA News.
Abdullahi in Kaduna brings us more reports on the Sallah activities there. Hello, Abdullahi. Tell us about it.
And thanks for joining us here in Kaduna. Though some businesses remain closed during the public holidays, the Kaduna Central Market has remained busy. Business News correspondents report that those trading essential commodities have experienced higher patronage before and during the Salah celebration.
Indiscriminate parking and maneuvering by bus drivers to pick passengers at the entrance to the Kaduna Central Market is a testimony to the fact that the market is still enjoying high patronage synonymous with festive periods. Traders involved in the sales of essential commodities like foodstuff and clothing say business has been brisk, and it's all smiles to the bank in the past few days.
So we are grateful to God what He did for us during the Salah period.
So you had so many customers?
That's I have so many customers, plenty customers I can buy rice.
The market moved from Salah time, we enjoyed the market. It was okay. But now after Salah, people have soup in their house. So maybe by tomorrow or next tomorrow it will be normalized.
It's the flip side of the coin for other traders.
You sold very well during the Salah?
No.
Why? What happened?
So they are complaining of there is no money.
Well, we are begging for government to release money for us.
Ongoing unrest in the different parts of the northeast also has a backlash on some businesses in the market.
Because people from farm east, northeast do come here to buy in large quantity for the Salah, but this time around we didn't see them.
The firm believe in a more vibrant Nigerian economy in the near future keeps these businesses going.
In the festive mood, some parents and their children celebrated Salah visiting amusement parks. Muhammad Umar Ajinge visited the orphanage home as well as hospitals in Kaduna to see how they celebrated Salah.
The Muslims joined their counterparts across the globe to commemorate Eid al-Fitr celebration amidst fanfare. The NTA News crew visited Jam'ir Matan Arewa Orphanage Home to see how the orphans are faring on a great day like this.
It is the wish of every child to grow up with his parent, for him to have that parental care and love. It is Salah, celebration everywhere. The mood was celebration mood. But here at the orphanage home, the orphans are here, some of them crying, with few people coming in to say hi and celebrate Salah with them.
However, before leaving, some good Samaritan extended hands of brotherhood to the orphans, as one among the visitors could not hide his feelings. At the hospitals, the story is a sympathetic one.
Even the Ramadan, I only did only 5, but I give thanks to God today I'm alive. There are some people who their sickness not to my own, they have gone away.
People have been enjoined to visit such places during festivities like this. In Kaduna, I am Muhammad Umar Ajingi, NTA News.
And now it's back to Sean for the continuation of network news. Sean, over to you. That report ends the news from here.
Thank you. Time now to take our last break for tonight. When we come back after that break, we will bring you developments around the world and sports.
Nation building, the way forward is our focus tonight on NTA Tuesday Live. Tuesday Live, incisive, informative and educative. Join us.
Reorganized, trained and fully equipped. We are the new improved Nigeria Police Force. We fight crime. We bust syndicates. Whatever the crime, wherever the hideout, the Nigeria Police Force will get you busted. Stop kidnapping, armed robbery, murder, pipeline vandalism and other criminal activities. Be productive. Be security conscious. Join the police force to secure your life and property. This message is from the Nigeria Police Force, Force Public Relations Department.
The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, is working to ensure access to safe, good quality essential medicines with the World Health Organization pre-qualification of made in Nigeria pharmaceutical products, stiffer penalties for fake drug offenders with a review of NAFDAC laws, national, regional, and international collaborations, cutting-edge technologies, including the mobile authentication service.
NAFDAC as an agency is indeed doing so much to protect the health of our nation. I urge everyone to support NAFDAC in ridding the country of fake drugs and unwholesome products.
Let us support NAFDAC to win the war against fake drugs and other unwholesome regulated products. NAFDAC, safeguarding the health of the nation.
With gratitude to God Almighty for a life well spent, the family of Oluwafemi hereby announce the passing unto glory of our father, grandfather, Pa Michael Agombi Oluwafemi, aged 93 years. He passed away on Thursday, 2nd March 2017. Funeral arrangements is as follows. Friday, 30th June 2017. Service of songs number 15, Sotunde Olayemi Crescent, Fajol Estate, Asero, Abuja, Ogun State. Time 4:30 p.m. Saturday, 1st July, funeral service at Ontech Event Center along Abiola Way, opposite Madojutumi, Abuja, Ogun State. Time 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Interment follows immediately. Announcer Agbola Oluwafemi, Deputy Director, Marketing, NTA Headquarters. For the family.
Glad to know you're still with us on the Network News. Now for stories trending on the international scene, here is Nancy Goody Anonihu.
A journey through the desert can be just as perilous for migrants as a sea crossing. 52 migrants have been found dead in the desert of central Niger. The group of 75 set out in 3 vehicles but were abandoned by traffickers who feared the security forces. Mr. Saka Azimazi speaks.
There needs to be more orientation for young people to know that going overseas does not really mean that your life will be better. A lot of the traffickers escape, but the few that are eventually arrested don't get prosecuted on time, and the punishment, to me, looks a bit lenient. They need to be punished more because they look like it is a subtle way of kidnapping.
From Johannesburg comes a report that more than 25,000 chickens have been infected in a second case of avian influenza that has struck a layer farm in Vaal. The virus is said to be the same strain as the initial case reported on another farm. The farm has been placed under quarantine. Colombia's leftist rebel group, the Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia, FARC, have formally completed its disarmament process. The UN said that its monitors have the entirety of the FARC's registered individual arms stored away. Oshita Osita tells us the import of this development.
This is a major landmark in the peace deal between the Colombian government and the FARC rebels. The ceasefire agreement is one of those steps, but also the peace agreement has to come after the ceasefire agreement. And after that, it is expected that there will be healing of memories. But the important thing is that the Colombian people have decided to move together.
The U.S. says it has identified potential preparations for another chemical attack in Syria and issued a stark warning to the government. The White House says the activities were similar to those made in a suspected chemical attack in April. Dozens died in the April attack, which prompted President Donald Trump to order a strike against Syrian air base. The statement warns President Bashar al-Assad of heavy price if another chemical strike occurs. Now, Queen Elizabeth II is to receive a £6 million pay rise from the taxpayer after the Crown Estate recorded a £24 million increase in income. Prince Charles also is to get a 1.2% pay increase to 20.7 million, while cutting his tax by 5.1% to 4.7 million pounds. And that's it on the foreign beat.
Thank Thanks, Nancy, and we go to sports now. The second edition of the Prison Sports Festival ends in Port Harcourt as the 2017 FIFA Confederations Cup enters semi-final stage midweek. Kene Emabudike brings us more on Sports Update.
Team Peace have emerged champions of the second edition of the Prison Sports Festival tagged Freedom Cup with 4 gold medals held at the Maximum Security Prison, Port Harcourt, Rivers State. Tamara Ebiwe reports that 24 male and female inmates competed in 5 sporting events, including football, in which Team Grace beat Team Faith 3-0 in the final.
Sports is something that brings all of us together and brings happiness. And therefore, I want to thank you for fair play. I want to thank you for cooperation, keeping to the rules of the game and the instruction.
Subsequently, we're hoping that we'll have more events added to the ones we've done already and then expand the scope.
It will be recalled that 5 inmates gained their freedom through this platform in the inaugural edition last year. As public holidays to mark Eid al-Fitr wind down, action resumes in week 26 of the Nigeria Professional Football League midweek, with table toppers Plateau United set to welcome Nasarawa United to Jos. FC Ifeanyi travel to Enugu to face Rangers. Remo Stars play Aqua United in Ijebu-Ode, while MFM FC host Sunshine Stars in Lagos. Similarly, hostilities resume in the Nigeria Women Football League midweek, with Rivers Angels welcoming Heartland Queens in Group A, while Pelican Stars visit Saada to Amazons in Minna.